Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well. Saturday afternoon. Let me just make sure my phone is off. It is. So we've got a few topics to talk about today. It's already been one question on already, and let me just move my laptop over here a little bit. And that is from Dani Alves. He says, thoughts on Koscielny situation. Arsenal's captain refusing to play for them, and their fans have the audacity to say our players are mercenaries. True, very true that, Daniel. Yeah, it looks like he refused to go on tour with them. I think it's been an ongoing situation for a while. He clearly wants to move. So, yeah, it's not the ideal way. Sometimes I'm guessing it is basically the only way a player can push through a move. Is it the right way? Probably not. But we don't really know what goes on in the background. Maybe there's been some promises to him that they haven't kept, and this is a last resort. But yeah, I don't even think Pogba went on strike. At least he went away on there. So we'll see what happens. But well, there is one other thing I just need to quickly do. I'm going to show you I'll show you a video that one of the guys who comes on the channel in the States, he sent me through today. It was funny. This was from let me just bring it up. This was from a guy called Mike Bancroft, and I'll show it you in a bit. It's a video of him in America, and giving it large to well, about United, basically, about to play that, or going into that stadium. So I'll show you that. I'll bring it up. I'm just downloading it again on my laptop, so I'll bring that up. Let's see who's in. Dance City, hello Andy, how are you, buddy? EF Productions, Colin the King. Hi Andy, says Kamal Dwyer. Section 20, hey Andy, and all you Sky Blues. Steve Black, hi Andy, hi Blues. Joseph Beatty is online. Joseph, this Almada looks good. Is he signing? Don't know yet, but I did a video on Almada months ago, and I was gonna look back and see if I could put a link in for you, but I did do a video where I spoke about Almada probably, I don't know, maybe 2-3 months ago, and mentioned the fact that City were following him very, very closely. I'll try and find it. If I can, what I'll do is I'll put a link below, save you going looking through for the videos. Kiam's on. Hi Andy, happy Saturday mate, looking sharp with the new trailer. Yeah, I had to go. It was about time, mate. Scott Williams, afternoon all. Short back and sides there, Andy. Yeah, it was a short back and sides. I'm going away next weekend, so it needs to last. Steve Black, you had your ears lowered? Yes, I've had my ears lowered. EF Productions, great FIFA video, by the way, lads. Thank you very much. We'll talk about that. Kiam is on, which reminds me. I'll just do this now. There you go. So Kiam's going to be a moderator on the channel. So he should come up as a moderator. We'll see. And also, obviously, there's Rob. That's a moderator on the channel as well. Because, I'll tell you what, why don't we talk about this stuff now Kiam's on, in case he has to go. You know what it's like, sometimes he comes on and shoots off, and I don't get a chance to have a quick chat with him. So while Kiam's on, Section 20, yeah, Kiam, I enjoyed the FIFA video, mate. Hi, Brandon Wallace, how are you? Hi, Chris Linley. Berto Lee is on, hello. How are you? Mike Bancroft, it was Optus Stadium, Perth, Andy. Sorry, the Perth Stadium. My apologies. Kiam, I've got the video. I've just downloaded it here, so I've got the video. What I'll do is I'll whack it on my laptop and I'll bring my camera over, and you can see it. I'll have to turn the volume up, but I'll show you that shortly. Mike, I don't know whether you want to tell everybody what it was, but I'll show them the video. Kiam, cheers guys. We all love a game of FIFA. Hope we can have a good laugh. Let's hope so. Dwayne Nichols, hi Andy, coming to you from Spain. Whereabouts in Spain, mate? Ocean Rage, hello Andy and all. Kamal Dwyer, Delph for 8 million isn't right. Mings goes for 20, Delph goes for 8 million. It's a joke. We'll talk about the Delph thing. I think it's 8 million, plus it probably go up to 10, maybe. But yeah, it seems a little bit cheap. James Davis, Kamal, when you say it like that, I agree. Steve Black, is he Spanish? Almada, no, he's not. We'll talk about him shortly. The is Argentinian. I'm just seeing, right, that's downloaded. So I've got that video, which I can show you all shortly. So Mike, if you want to just quickly tell everybody where you were and when you shot it. Oops, sorry, a load of comments just coming in there. Fourth Jenna Papa, what's your starting 11 for the West Ham game? Still don't know whether we're going to sign anybody else, but I'll certainly go through that. But while Kiam's on, I want to just quickly talk about the FIFA. So Kiam says, so the rules are, with me moderating, stick 20 quid in my PayPal and we're all good, you'll never be timed. Section. Am I late? No, you're not, mate. We're only sort of 6 minutes in. Julio, how are you, buddy? English Master Sane, Instagram. Thumbs up, staying. Has he actually said that on his Instagram? English Mastiff. Steve Black, MCFC, cheap at half the price. Kian, well done with the FIFA content. Enjoyed it despite not playing FIFA, says Scott Williams. English Mastiff, that's right. His last pick is a hint. Why? What is it? Hint. Give me a hint. What is it? Julio says, new haircut, beard trim, looking good. Thank you very much, mate. Kamal Dwyer, Kiam. Don't you think Sane is pretty rubbish on FIFA? I never play well with him. Steeds, just out. Okay, outside Barca. My oldest lad, was there for 5 days with his mates last weekend or the weekend before. Could do with a Spanish arm. No, that's United, isn't it? Isn't that what Jose Mourinho is his back eight, the Spanish Armada? Hadiza Magaji, hello, how was your day? Very good, mate. How are you? Been a very busy day, as you can see on the channel. We've done tons of stuff. James Davis, when are you thinking about doing predictions date-wise? It's probably wait until closer to the season starts. I'm not sure about an exact date. So we'll wait and see, probably going into that last week before the season starts, I think. I don't know. I'll have a think about it. Probably just a bit busy at the moment to be doing other stuff, but we'll definitely do one. And we'll see, and then you guys can get involved if you want. Stop it is staying. I like Sane on FIFA. He's rapid, mate. Matt Bancroft. Perth Glory playing the Rags today at the Optus Stadium in Perth. I did a quick report before the game. Yeah, so I'll show you that one. PS for me, FIFA is poo. It's red hot, bro. I bet it is. I bet it's very warm. We need to convert EM from PS to FIFA. Join the dark side, mate. Jordan Jolly, do you think we'll win the league this year? Yes. I'm Alexander Savage. Andy, since I'm not from the UK, how often do you see football hooligans, the so-called ultras in Manchester? You don't see it, mate. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, and you certainly won't see it at the stadium. The governors or whoever, if they're going to do anything, it's anything like that. It tends to happen in the city centre, one or two pubs and back streets around Manchester. You don't see any trouble. It's too heavily policed, so you don't see anything like that. It's not like it was in my days. Ocean Rage, Kiam, do you play other games or just FIFA? Says Ocean Rage. Kamal, Sane was leaving. I think we would have signed Felix. Since we haven't, I think Sane will sign. I really do. As long as PSG don't come in for him. I only play FIFA Ocean, some Red Dead 2, but I'm poor. So we've got a bit of FIFA chat going on. So while Kiam is on, we're going to just quickly talk about it. If you haven't seen it, go on the channel. Posted a video well, I can't remember, this morning, first thing this morning. Sorry, I've done that many videos today. I posted it first thing this morning, and what Kiam basically has done is he's done a couple of FIFA 19 games, and he's recorded them. So he's done he's going to try where possible to do 2 per week, and leading up until the FIFA 20 is launched. So really just some teasers to get people involved, see whether they like the platform, whether they want to be involved. Maybe could do some online live games as well that can be recorded. I said I'll play him. I'm crap at it. I mean, I've not played it for donkey's years, but my lads play it, so maybe I'll get one of my lads to play and pretend it's me, maybe, because I think I know my older lad was very, very good, and I think my younger lad's even better now. But I might get him to play Kiam and film it, and what we can do then is run up to basically that when the launch FIFA 20 launch, when it is launched FIFA 20, and then I don't know. I'm assuming Kiam will maybe start a game. I don't know. Maybe start with FIFA 20 once he's got used to it. But ideally, what we'd like to do, if people like it and you want to get involved, then the idea is what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and play some of you guys, or I'm not, Kiam is, play some of you guys, and online, if we can do some live ones, it'd be great. And then what we're going to do is also throw some challenges out to other fan channels. I've already messaged the likes of Arsenal Fan TV, the young guns from Arsenal, Babs, and everyone else. I've messaged them to say I'm sure they probably play. Maybe you come on and challenge Man City Fan TV to a FIFA match, and we'll film it. So that's the plan. So it's really, like I said, this is brand new. It's only just come out this morning. So what we'll do is when we, sorry, just put that down a little bit. When we get more feedback on that, then we'll Kiam will keep you in touch with what's going on with that side. We've also just set up a Twitter account, and it's all in capitals. It's MCF TV. I may as well write this down. Kiam, can you do me a favour, mate? Can you just, I'm trying to remember. I think it's MCF TV FIFA, I think. But Kiam, can you just pop it up on here so people can see what it is, and go over if you don't mind. And if you're into sort of FIFA and that type of stuff, and you want regular updates, and go on there if you want to chat to Kiam and you want to sort of say, look, I don't mind having a game and things like that. Give us some suggestions or whatever, tips and tricks maybe, because Kiam was asking about that. Then go over on and follow the Twitter account, and yeah, that's going to be solely sort of run by Kiam. I'll sort of pop in if needs be, but Kiam will look after that Twitter page, and you guys can chat to your heart's content. And just bear in mind that there is a time difference to where Kiam is, because he's not in the UK. So there it is. It's just come up. MCF TV FIFA. There you go. So that's the Twitter account. So please go over, check it out. Go if you haven't seen the video that Kiam done. It's really, really good. And I'm very impressed with it. Very professional. So you can have a look, and good luck. Where am I up to on here? Lots of FIFA chat. Do we have to sing? Do we have to sing the FIFA anthem? I'm going to boo. John Jolly Bolt should start versus West Ham. I'm assuming you're talking about the Asia Tour. Let's hope so. He should be fit and firing now. He's over his injury, so fingers crossed. Chris Lindley, I want Sane to stay, Andy. So do I, mate. But we'll have to wait and see. Norman Roman Hindy, what did I miss? We were just talking, Norman, about a bit of intro, saying hello to everybody, and then we've just been talking, and you might have just caught the end of it there. We've just been talking about the new series of FIFA, Man City Fan TV FIFA. So for those who play FIFA, there's also, you can see the Twitter account is on there as well. Kian says, any singing of the FIFA anthem will result in instant channel. Like, absolutely. See, they're still saying about our net spend. Oh, yeah, I read that. That was a big article was going on today, and it was it Sport Bible? Can't remember. Yeah, Sport Bible. And basically, this big, boring sort of like from Ryan Siddle, Manchester City's net spend in the last 10 years is the highest in the world, and then it goes on blah de blah de blah. I mean, it's just pretty embarrassing, especially when you see the article that was published about an hour or two ago in the Daily Mail by Tom Colden, and it basically, the headline is, Barcelona have spent a staggering £969 million in transfer fees in just 5 years, more than any other club. So, obviously, with the £108 million they've just spent on Griezmann, that takes it up to just under £1 billion in 5 years. So it's amazing that you've got the likes of Sport Bible and some bloody, don't know who he is, never heard of him in my life, going on writing this big long diatribe about City's net spend versus everybody else and blah 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 blah, garbage, absolute nonsense. What else have we got? Blue Heart, no, 19. A bit of Paul Hardcastle. Kamal Dwyer, Kiam Giovinco is a cheap, amazing player on FIFA. You should sign him. There you go. So got some free advice there. Alexander, Kiam MCFC, since you're a moderator, does that mean that you'll upload videos like Andy does? No, I'll be uploading the videos, mate. Kiam will be doing the videos, sending them to me, and I'll be uploading them on the channel. I can't get FIFA on my wind-up black and white tablet. Steve Black, we built Man City with Pets Football Starship, man. Remember that? Follow our new Man City Fan TV FIFA Twitter account. There you go. So that's already on there. Scott Williams, fears about Sane have calmed as Sterling wasn't named as part of the Fab Five as well, despite turning up for training on the same day. Yeah. FIFA 17, 18, 19, 20, same game, different kits. I'll leave you and Kian to chat about that because I don't really know what you're talking about. Section 20, 80s music reference will go over the young gun's head. Yeah, it will do. Sounds top, that. Count me in, Dwayne Nichols says. There you go. So go over and, follow the Twitter account, and that way you can keep in touch with Kian, and then play Goldbridge and destroy him. Well, Kian said to me before, it'd be interesting if we could get Goldbridge on, but I don't know whether he plays it. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I've no idea. Tintin Quiff. If I was you, Englishman's 5 years ago, John the dark side, you can't fight it. Then which City player do you think will perform the best next season? Manchester Blue. Who knows, mate? Absolutely no idea. I'm certainly hoping Mahrez has a better season and has a good season, and you never know. I think Bernardo Silva will still be exceptional. I still think Sergio Aguero will get over 20 goals. I think Raheem Sterling will do well, and I'm really excited. I think Kevin De Bruyne will have a big season coming up. So there, I'm going to nail my... No, I won't. Yeah, no, I won't. Yes, go on, I will. Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is going to be player of the season, and I think he's going to have an absolute cracker. Do you think Delph's potential sale is good value, Shedders? Not really. I think even City thought, and I must admit, I really thought we would have got maybe 15 million for, but then I guess with a year left on his contract, I don't know. Not played a lot, 29 years of age, had a few injuries. I mean, there's rumours it's 8 million, it possibly with add-ons go to 10 million, so I think it's 10 million, 8 million or 10 million, whatever we end up getting eventually. I think, I do think, as somebody on Twitter, and Everton, it was on here, somebody messaged me on here and saying, talking about Delph, and said, an Everton fan, and said to him, you've got a bargain. You have got a bargain. If he plays any, and he said, yeah, if he plays anything like Barry did, it's going to be a great signing for us. So, yeah, I'm sorry to see him go. I like Delph, I must admit, but he wasn't going to get anywhere near this squad. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Shedder's one? Do you think it was good value, or do you think we should have got more? Hello to Kiam, and well done getting the job of moderator. Goldbridge is the type of guy who would do a watch along if other people play. I have friends at the United Stand, so once we get established, Goldbridge is on my hit list. Just hit follow on it. Who's the new Messi we've been linked to? We'll talk about him. And like I said, this was something I did a video on this kid. It was on one of the transfer rumor videos going back. Yeah, like I said, I think it was something like 2-3 months ago, and I mentioned the fact that City were tracking this. And I think I used the word new Messi as what was said at the time in the press. But it looks like, obviously, with Sporting, City have this new relationship with Sporting. Reports from Portugal say that the Argentinian midfielder Tiago Almada is being targeted as a new signing for Sporting after City have followed his progress for some time. They're saying via Sport Witness that they followed the youngster dubbed the new Messi and will assist Sporting in financing a deal. First approach for the signing has apparently already been made. City would then reportedly have a future option on the 18-year-old should he impress at Sporting, according to the report. The report adds that Almeida's current club Vélez are set to finalise a new contract that would raise his release clause to €25 million, which is more than the supposed €12 million bid City and Sporting are preparing. Well, on the back of that, I'm just seeing if there was anything else. Apparently the deal was accelerated on Friday, allegedly. But on top of that, I read another article which turned around and said that Almeida and his agents are refusing to sign the new contract, which would give him a €25 million release clause, which means that it sounds like if he's refusing to sign that contract, then City would possibly get him for €12 million, and he'll go to Sporting, and we'll have an option in the future on him. So I think it's as far as I can't remember. I didn't go into looking at his stats and things like that. I did that on the video I did last time. But he's only a young kid. And how many times have we heard the new Messi be touted around? It's just one of those. So yeah, we'll wait and see on that one, and see basically what's going to happen with that. So what else? And it is Mendy still currently injured. Still heard no official news on Mendy. Which new Messi been 300 so far this year? Yeah, which means what do you think? Manchester Blue, what do you think David Silva can do better next season? Nothing. David Silva is a god. He can't do anything better. He just doesn't need to have to cover for injuries like he did last season with Kevin De Bruyne and Fernandinho. He needs to play a run of games and then have maybe a week or two's rest and then bring him back again, because the guy's an absolute genius. Mingy Wong, are you getting FIFA 20 when it comes out? Me or Kiam? Kiam will no doubt get it. I don't play video games, so I've no idea. I'm sure Kiam will. Who do you think should replace David Silva when his time is up? Phil Foden. Goldbridge is crap at FIFA. Seen his vlog playing it. Oh right, there you go. So he does play it. I think Foden will get a run and show his stuff. Yes, we'll get FIFA 20 game the day it comes out. Manchester Blue, do you think Mahrez can learn from Bernardo? Don't know. It's interesting, you know, he's older. He's 4 years older than Bernardo Silva. So, but I'm sure he can learn things from him. He needs to learn from Pep and do what Pep wants him to do. I had loads of Sabutio back in the day. I loved Sabutio. It was just brilliant. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. That's a blast, just like Matchday on ZX Spectrum. Kian, don't do it. Just cross 19 out, right? 20. Imagine a Sabutio video. That would be class. Flick the screen. Yeah, thanks for Delph, Andy. Paul's on. That was who was mentioning it before. Paul's the Everton fan. Scott Williams, same as section. I think my City team from the 70s is in the attic and the AstroTurf. Wow, be worth a few quid now. Shiller's one, I think we should have got more considering he's England regular, maybe around the 15 mark. I mean, I tend to agree with you. They'll probably worth 15 mil, really, but 10 is acceptable. Yeah, it sounds like it's 8 million with possibly a couple of million in add-ons somewhere along the line, depending on how many games he plays and things. But good luck to him. Massive good luck to Delph. Like I said, I like Delph. I think he's an honest... You don't get many of them. Well, you don't get lots of them, I should say. A real honest player. Gives 100% every time he plays. And, you know, yes, he didn't have a great season for us last season, but the season before he was exceptional. He was brilliant covering at left back. United have been linked with the next Bill and Ben. Where are we up to here? Mrigank Shah, hi Andy, mate. What did you talk about yet? Just joined, mate. You missed it. We were talking about the fact that Sergio Aguero has decided that this is his last season at Manchester City. So we thought it might have been 2 years. He's saying no, definitely 1 more year. He's going to go out with... apparently he's buying a hotel and a restaurant with David Silva on the island of Gran Canaria. And he's not... He said that's it. He's finishing from football. He's not even going to go back and play in his homeland of Argentina. So we're going to have 2 testimonials next season. One for David Silva and one for Sergio Aguero. So at least we'll get one last good season out of him. So let's hope he definitely gets 20. It's a shame he won't take over some of the other records that he could have broken if he could have stayed. But at least we'll get 1 more year out of him. So it's good news. KDB looks like a little on the porky side at the moment. He does sometimes, doesn't he? He looked a bit like that last season. New shirt sponsor taking over from the Etihad Airways. It's going to be Burton's Biscuits in a 10 billion wagon wheel. Matt Vitties, mate. Hi Dudley, how are you? Delph is a great signing for Everton, like Milner. Honest, hard work, and he is. Very good signing. Manchester Blue, who do you think is the best free kick taker we have? Probably you've got to. Sane was decent, so but you've got to say Kevin De Bruyne. I flattened my brother's Sabutio players when I was 7, and he wasn't impressed. I bet he wasn't. Sheikh Mansour buys United biscuits. Shellers 1, nothing about any news yet. Nothing about Steve Black. Bad news about Aguero, yeah. Mrigank Shah, only the sale of Delph, nothing else yet. Shedders. Hello Andy, how are you, Benignism? Mrigank, oh my god, not again Andy. Please, would love to know for real any news about today. We talked about this is why if you come on late. We had like an introduction, we've done some talking about Fabian Delph. We talked about the new Man City Fan TV FIFA series and our new Twitter account about that. Kiam, who's on here, he's a moderator on here, but he's running the Man City Fan TV FIFA channel and episodes. So all the videos will be on here. More information, watch the video that's on the channel I put out this morning. And Kiam is talking over the video, telling you what's coming up in the future, what the plans are for it. And if you go back on the comments, you'll see the Twitter account that Kiam is looking after. MCFTV FIFA, it's called, on Twitter. Delph's a really straight bloke and worth 15 million of anyone's transfer money. Good luck. I agree. Will Sergio be cooking and David serving? Might be the other way around. He'll be doing the Salt Bay thing, won't he? It's time for Gabby to step up. Let's hope so. He's had a wonderful summer so far at the Copa America, so let's hope he gets the opportunity. Joseph Beattie signed to buy and confirm, can't believe it. I think he's already cottoned on. David, now Sergio. Blimey, Mr. Sergio, good news. It's going to be an emotional end of the season. I will get a job in the hotel. I can serve drinks to Sergio. Who do you think should replace? I think you mean Aguero. Gabby Jesus. We've got a perfect replacement. Brad Niblock, hi, you well? How are you, buddy? Hope things are all right. Hope you're feeling better now, mate. Steve Black, Mbappe swapped with Mangala, 150 million from PSG. Here we go. What else have we got on here? Andy, did you see Sane's tweet? Gave me hope that he might stay and extend the contract. Well, somebody was just talking about here, it was on Instagram. I haven't seen it, I must admit. But can somebody just tell me what it says? Because rather than me coming off here and start looking, can somebody just tell me what was his tweet, or what did he post on Instagram that makes it sound like he's staying? Blue Heart, I'm in shock. The new Sergio is going on MasterChef has upset my stomach. Gerard Mulcair was in the mega store yesterday buying home and away and goalkeeper kits and met Richard Dunn. What a player, brilliant, nice guy. Jesus will replace Aguero once he's the main man. I think you'll see the guy fly. I do. At least we've got Gabby. Absolutely. Don't think corned beef butties will win MasterChef. Stephen Paul Dempster. If Cun is going, then we need to buy striker this season. Who do you think is the best City player at taking corners? We've had who's the best free kick taker, who's the best corner taker now. Don't know. I don't know. I thought Leroy Sane is very good, but again, I think Kevin De Bruyne is brilliant at corners. I can't believe we traded Gabby Jesus for Gabby Logan. Right. Let's just see what other news. Right, this is we're back to Dani Alves. Dani Alves again, who we spoke about yesterday. But there's rumours that, again, it says that Guardiola obviously considered the defender for City at the start of prior to the 2019 Copa America, as you know from last year. But he knows, obviously, coaching the player, he knows the player very well. And following the fact that Alves had an excellent performance for Brazil in the Copa America, it's basically only reaffirmed Guardiola's conviction that he's still a top-class player. Now, obviously, as we know, he's available on a free, but and they're still trying to report he'd be the perfect signing to put pressure on Kyle Walker. However, they're saying that an administrative problem prevents him from signing Alves, but it's only the same problem as we'd have if we were trying to sign Cancelo, and that is the fact we've got 17 foreign players. We've reached that particular quota. So we're going to have to sell anyway. So if Cancelo was coming in, we'd have to sell Danilo. We'd have to get rid of somebody, a foreign player. Same with Dani Alves. We'd just have to get rid of one of them. So they're still pushing this Dani Alves thing. I'll be very surprised. I'll be honest with you. I'll be very surprised. But you just never know. I know we talked about it yesterday. People said people didn't want him. On the Fabian Delph thing, City, lots of City fans on Twitter have obviously been wishing him luck for the future. So there's somebody called Mart saying, good luck, Fabian. Would be first choice at every Premier League side. 2 Premier League Champions medals is not bad to put on your CV. City will miss him as one of the true professionals of the game. Wendy Woo. Wendy Woo on Twitter. She says, Delph to Everton for 8.5 million is a decent deal. Personally, I'd have kept him as he's a good squad member and can play in a variety of positions. Shame injury stopped him showing us his worth. If he's going for more regular game time, though, fair enough. Wish him all the best. We've then got Hassan's on saying, good luck to Delph. Everton feels like a good move. 10 million is a good deal for them and for us. He's 29, has been plagued by injuries in the last couple of years, and we paid half for that for him. But he still has absolute Premier League quality. So all in all, good business all round, and I tend to agree with that. Amazing service from Delph. He's been one of our better signings. Seems Delph is off to Everton. Top pro, superb for us as a makeshift left back in Centurion season. All the very best to him. And then finally, Sir Vincent Company says we should be forever grateful for the role Delph played in our Centurion season. It's a shame that so much of his time at City has been hampered by injuries. Gave us all he could, and we can't ask any more. Hope Everton move works out for him. All the best. So there you go. Lots of nice, and by the sounds of what everyone's saying on here, everybody's wishing him all the very best, which is fantastic for him. So good luck with his move. I really hope it works out for him. Can Alves step up and down the pitch? Still got it. He's still got it in his legs, mate. He has. Man City Fans TV's Biscuit Challenge. That's the next series. Shh. I heard Mangala can't dip a bicky in a cuppa without getting injured. Who is the best FIFA player at City? You need to ask Kiam. Sane Instagram. Back in business. The preseason starts now. What is that? It is that what we're pinning our hopes on? Where did we expect him to be? I don't know. I'll still hold fire on it. I will. I hope he stays, and I hope it is a positive dip in the right direction. So we'll see. In fairness, Mangala has been taking the biscuits since day one. Just Red Alves comes to Manchester to open a Brazilian restaurant. Delph is a legend. Good luck to him, said Joseph Beattie. We all raved about Mangala when he signed. Well, he did. Remember that game he had against Costa? Had him in his pocket. Balotelli, best ever FIFA player we've ever had. Delph's stay was short, but he's got a few medals to show his grandkids. Absolutely. I mean, it's a bit of a spelling meltdown there. Joseph Beattie, who's the best? The best taking. No, you're taking the society. Benignism. If you had to choose 3 players in Sheikh Mansour era for statues at the Etihad, would that 3 be? Who would that 3 be? Pretty simple, isn't it? Vinny, Sergio, and David Silva. Maybe Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva will get one in the future with Raheem Sterling. Sterling's a great FIFA player. If anyone knows him, send him my way. Let's just use glue with them pins on the hope that Sane stays. Let's hope so. What are the predictions for the Asia Cup and next Wednesday's games? Going to do something on the Asia Cup. I'm going to talk about that. Not today. We're going to do something on that. So I'll hold that one for next week. Company Silver, Aguero. Yep. Agree with that section. Manchester Blue. Who is the better player, Bernardo? I think Manchester is blue. Manchester is blue. He's now trying to take the mickey. When is the first Asia Cup game? The 17th, mate, against West Ham. Paul Blue Oasis, hi, how are you, buddy? Has Delph got a buyback clause? yeah. Wednesday, class from City fans. He won't be called a snake of boo. No, he won't. Not by City fans, anyway. That's why I think it's a good move for him to go to Everton and not go back to Villa. Merganchar, maybe a video of the possible 11 for the Asia, mate. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, something. We're going to do something for it. Just not decided yet. Perhaps Zabba for a statue and Joe Hart. Interesting. Zabba, yeah. I mean, I'd have him up there. I definitely would if it was a picture of 4. If it was a statue of 4, Zabba would be in it for me. Joe Hart, maybe. Does Joe Hart really have that legendary status? I'm not so sure. I don't know. I'll throw it over to you guys. What do you think? If you said to me, name a legend at City, Joe Hart for me wouldn't be in my mind at all. I would think of the likes of Sergio, Aguero. I'd talk about David Silva, Vincent Kompany. I'd probably even throw in Pablo Zabaleta in it as well. Certainly of this era. I don't think I'd put Joe Hart in it. I don't know whether... I don't think I would, if I'm being honest. Yaya Toure deserves a statue, and don't forget his birthday cake. No, he ruined it for me. Hi, Phil. How are you? No, Phil. No. Who's better, Foden or Matt Tomlin? I think Matt Tomlin is a decent player, but Foden's going to be miles better. If there's one player I'd take United, I'd love to have Rashford. I've said it. If you follow the channel, I've said it for a long time. I really like Marcus Rashford. I really do. And I think, imagine him under Pep Guardiola. Joe running around the pitch after 93-20, priceless. Yeah, I mean, great moments, don't get me wrong. Absolutely brilliant moments with Joe Hart, don't get me wrong. After Edson retires, will Joe be remembered? Yeah, I think he will. But no, Joe Hart, not for me, says English Masters. No, it's not for me, I must admit. Somebody mentioned there about Yaya Toure. I have this real thing with Yaya Toure, and that is, I don't like any player that disrespects the club, especially somebody who earns an absolute fortune from the club. And I just think he allowed his agent, for me, and this is just my personal opinion on Yaya Toure, is his legacy was ruined. And I would never look upon him in any way, shape or form as a legend of Man City like I would do Sergio Aguero, Vinny Kompany, David Silva, Pablo Zabaleta. I just wouldn't. I think he ruined it. And he spoilt his own legacy at Manchester City. So I don't know what other people think, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't like anybody who starts slagging off the owners, the fans, the manager, calling the manager a racist, blah, 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 and just allows his stupid agent to come up with all this crap about the club. And then after all of that, because you can imagine Khaldoon must have been reading those reports at the time thinking, you utter bastard. We made you a multi-millionaire. There was all that crap about cake, his cake and all that shit. And then we go and give him that naming a training pitch after him with that big mosaic. Khaldoon must have been like biting his tongue thinking, we have to do this because it's the right thing to do. If it was me, I would have said, piss off. Go on, you and your agent, bugger off. You've earned enough money out of Man City. As good as he was for a couple of seasons, he was also crap. Let's face it, he was also crap for a couple of seasons and lazy, bone idle. So, no, not for me, not in my opinion. He won't go down as a City legend. Wonderful 2-3 years, don't get me wrong. I mean, he was one of the best players on the planet in those 2-3 seasons. Incredible player. But a couple of seasons where he was poor. He was really poor. But ruined it from his off-field antics, and I don't like that. Not when they make so much money out of the club. Instead of statues, City should go for stars like Hollywood and a Lion Concourse. That's a good idea. Or outside the stadium. Imagine it'd probably get dug up, wouldn't it? City should put a cheeky bid in for Pogba, no thanks. Nolito Amara. If anyone deserves a statue, it's Mangala. Yaya statue holding a birthday cake. Scott Williams, Yaya has a pitch named after him. Enough done. His agent was shameless. Not a legend, but I have his 2011 shirt in my office, which always brings a smile. We'll always be grateful to Yaya, but no to a statue. Yeah, like I said, you can't say that he wasn't great for those 2-3 incredible seasons. There's no doubt in his footballing ability, but I feel really annoyed with him because, he must have known what his agent was doing and he could easily have stopped it at any point whatsoever. But he didn't. He chose not to. Phil says, statue of 5 for me. Hart, Zabba, Vinny, Silva and Aguero, the spine of the first Premier League win. Good shout out. So you're going for a statue for Hart. Jason Foy, Frank Lampard is our legend. I agree, Andy. It was that agent. Yeah, it didn't help him out, but then Yaya could have stopped it. Yaya was a 2-season wonder, simple as. He had two, and what 2 seasons they were. They were absolutely phenomenal. He was probably the best midfielder on the planet. for me. He was incredible, but needed to do it 4 years, 5 years for me, and he didn't do it all the time. Maybe Pep can have a statue. Maybe. I imagine we buy Rashford for 150 mil. Damn, that would be sweet. Zabaleta, Aguero, Silva, Yaya and company. So you're having Yaya as a statue. Yaya's agent is always controlled him. Yeah. Statue of Paul Dickoff, right? Good shout. It's interesting. Interesting. Some would not have Joe Hart in there. Some would not have Yaya in there, like me. Yet you pick Paul Dickoff. Stats or just purely for that goal? Kevin Horlock. You know, it's interesting why Dickie is just loved so much. And I know, obviously, there's the Gillingham goal and things like that. And he is a really nice fella. But legendary status? As in, maybe he is legendary because of the Gillingham game, but a statue? Really? Interesting. You're excited for next season? Absolutely. I can't wait for it to start. Without Dickoff, we wouldn't be here now, Mastiff, so I agree. But you could say without Horlock, without Nicky Weaver, wouldn't be here now. So there's a lot of things, you know, I don't like me, and my personally, I don't like going to points in time and saying, oh, well, if it wasn't for that, because there were so many other things that contributed. It's that, well, what if he missed that, and what if this didn't happen, and what if, you know, it's like, what if Aguero scores against, you know, Spurs in the away leg, we probably would have gone on and won the Champions. Well, it's irrelevant, you know, because we didn't. Dickoff was more than that goal, though. Oh, I agree with you, Chris Baker. I absolutely agree. But I'm saying, what is it? What is it? When you say he's more, tell me what do you mean by that? Or just for Claire, Nicky Weaver. Did you like the video? If you haven't seen the video, go over and watch the video. I put episode 10 out with an old friend of mine, Claire. Well, she's not old, but I've known her for a long time. She's an aviation friend. And her son Leo came on at the end. So go over and have a watch of episode 10 of Who Are You? And then tomorrow I've got episode 11 coming out with the head of the Atlanta Citizens, and Chris. So he came on the channel, so I'm going to put his out tomorrow. So you'll be able to watch that one. Really nice guy. So he's an expat living out there and set up the Atlanta Citizens branch. So you'll be able to watch that one and listen to his answers. Statue of Roberto Mancini. Not for me. Statue of Alan Ball to remind us how far we've come. Askithar, no statue for Dickie because there were other people who scored before that. It would be an injustice. Pep is already a legend and not done yet. Good point. What formation do you think we should use for the new system? 4-3-3 for the new season. Stick with what we're good at. Tommy Kate was a sad loss. Very, very sad. Dylan Wolfenden, when Pep goes, should we give him... when Pep goes, do you think we should use for the season? Oh, sorry. I'm reading two things. It keeps jumping up. When Pep goes, we should give Arteta a chance. Maybe. I think that's why they're trying to keep him. And didn't want him to go to Arsenal. They didn't want him to be involved with the Newcastle thing. And who would want to go to Newcastle anyway? And I think he's learning under Pep. And it sounds like the players love him, get on really well with him. Pep trusts him. And hopefully, fingers crossed, he might get into that particular role. Blue Art says, alternatively, a huge monolith on site with players of greats of the club from St. Mark's. So today, they're great. Well, good point. You remember the artwork that was done, the Legends artwork. And I did a video where I interviewed the artist in Australia for that particular piece. That's on the channel, and that was really, really good. And I thought that was fantastic. The dream scene it was. Yeah, so something like that maybe also sort of reminisces about yesteryear with this Big Mal and Joe Mercer and all these on there. So Richard Dunn statue. live updates. Peter, what you talking about there, mate? Dickoff was 100% every game. I wouldn't have a statue of him, but that picture of him selling, it is up without a shadow of a doubt. It will go down with, the Sergio Aguero moment, on his knees sliding, the Vinny Company, after he scored, whether it be the Leicester game or the one against United, the header. Those are iconic images. I think that will go down in City's history. Maybe in 50 years' time, people will look back on it and going, God, remember that. So when some of you youngsters who are 17, 18, are potentially in your 60s, 70s, you'll be looking back going, wow, do you remember this? Do you remember that moment? Let's hope there's many more to come as well. Statue of Alex Ferguson polishing Aguero's boots on his that would be superb. Manchester Blue, Pep so far is special and will never be replaced. All managers get replaced, but he's done a wonderful job for us so far. Should just have plaques up, you reckon? Statue of Franny Lee wearing flippers and it will be so hard to replace Silva and Sergio. Oh, yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Joseph Beatty says a statue of Suarez biting Ivanovic outside Anfield would be hilarious. Steve Black, a team that won 4-2 at Bradford in 1987, a City had not won away for 3 years then. AJ Leah, what do you think of Elvedi as a centre-back option? Not for City. Section 20, a statue of Martin Tyler screaming Aguero. Yeah, because that'd piss him off because he's a rag, isn't he? Foden and Jesus, Brian, hopefully. English retired 21 shirt and 16. Well, what are your thoughts on that as well? Because we had this debate, didn't we, a few weeks ago? We were talking about retiring of shirts, and I'm one that make the likes of Foden say, I want that shirt. I want 21. I want to play in David Silva's number. I want to take that, and make some aspire to it. Otherwise, the way we're going, we'd have no shirts left. What's your opinion on Bayern Munich? Sane and why City haven't complained? They're not going to complain. It's petty if they complain. It happens. All clubs do it. So Franny Lee was the original diver. He was. Maybe we should just get Hollywood star thing around the Etihad. Everyone can get a star. Are we actually putting statues up? If so, when? Don't know. Who knows? Dickey was a main man. He was certainly a top bloke. Do you think we'll actually sign a central? Does that mean a centre back? If it's AJ, if we're talking about, will we actually sign a centre back? I'm not sure. I think it all depends on what's happening with Otamendi. Rodri's got 16 already. He has a centre back. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Manchester Blue, what young City players are you looking forward to seeing playing for the first team? I'm really excited to see the likes of Tommy Doyle, Luke Bolton again. Obviously, we've got the young kids. We've got Garcia and many of the others. But certainly, looking at those two players in particular, I'm really, really sort of invest a lot of time in them. For me, they're the two players that I really want to see excel. I'd really like to see excel. Is the likes of Luke Bolton and Tommy Doyle, if I'm being honest with you. There are other players, don't get me wrong. There's obviously Paveda and there's obviously Banabi and others, but Tommy Doyle and Luke Bolton and really hope that they do really well and perform well on the pre-season tour. Don't retire shirts, they should be an inspiration apart from Vivian Foe. Yeah, I agree. That's for me. Hi Andy, I'm really sick of buying unethical behaviour on Sane. It happens, mate. It happens. It's one of those. I remember that Franny Lee died when he played for Derby and there was literally no one near him. That was really funny. Very, very funny. What do you reckon the buyback on Luis will be if it goes to Villa? Good question, Steve. I don't know. I'm reckoning 20 million, 25 million, maybe 25 million. I'm guessing. I have no idea. Chris Baker, I think when Harlot scored, it was like typical City scoring when we'd lost the game or so. We thought it was mental when Dickey scored. Cup and cock-ups didn't allow us to quant back then. Yeah, but that was the same feeling as me. You know, when Dzeko scored against QPR, it was like, you know, I would rather have us lost. At that point, in my mind, I'm thinking I'd rather have just lost 2-1 than get back to 2-2, and then this, you know, and I was, and then obviously we had Sergio's moment. I'd like it to be only 3 players from each decade. Okay, Franny Lee was the best diver in football. He was. Nice haircut, mate. Thank you, Serge. Cancelo not happening anywhere. I've said it for nearly 3 weeks now. That I've just got a feeling, and I said on here at least 2 weeks ago. I said I'd be very surprised if we signed Cancelo. This just doesn't feel right with the whole thing. So I might be wrong. And maybe last minute. Might you know, right at the very end, it might be the last minute where City decide to just push Juve and see what's happening with Danilo. So buying off Karadi and Bosvelt statues. I interviewed Paul Bosvelt at the Legends game, City Legends versus Wigan, last summer. So that's way back on the channel. But if you want to look at some of those, Kikumu Sampa, I interviewed him as well, and several other players. I interviewed. Oh my God, my mind's gone blank. The Belgian manager, ex-Everton. Can't think. Why's my mind gone blank? I interviewed him prior to the World Cup, asking him about his thoughts on Vinny Kompany and Kevin De Bruyne. So somebody help me out quickly. Belgian manager, Roberto Martinez. Lovely guy. I interviewed him first for about 6-7 minutes, then realised it had not recorded, and I had to grab him about 25 minutes later. I went back to him and went, Roberto, I'm really sorry, it's not recorded. And he went, fine, no problem, and gave me another brilliant interview. So lovely man, and very generous with his time as well. He was there to support the charity. It's one of his charities that he supports. So lovely guy. AJ Lear, give Otamendi to Napoli as a bargaining chip for Koulibaly. Well, let's say, okay, I'll ask you the question then. If we were to sell Nicolas Otamendi, how much do you realistically think we'd get for him? £30 million. You reckon 30 million come out for Otamendi? Yeah? 30 mil, says Steve Black. £1 billion. Trust sheet section. Let's say 30 million. 20 million, says Joseph. So somewhere, let's split it. 40 million says, hey, King of Assists is on. How are you, buddy? You reckon 40 million we'd get now for Otamendi? 30 million, 25 mil lowest. Okay. Let's say 30 million. Nice snip, Andy. Thanks, mate. Let's say 30 million, just for argument's sake. We're probably going to have to pay another 80 to 90 million on top of that to get Koulibaly. You know, it's like mental money, absolute crazy. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not too sure about Koulibaly. Just my opinion. As long as it's not 8 million. Actually, how much do you think Sterling is worth now? I'd put him well in the £150 million bracket, without a shadow of a doubt. 150 million, definitely, in that bracket. I don't think Koulibaly will be good in the Premier. And yeah, it's not for me. I'm sorry. I've watched Napoli a number of times, and he's had a couple of good games, but I'm not too sure. 170, you reckon? Koulibaly would struggle in the Premier League. So several people are saying they reckon Koulibaly would struggle in the Premier League. I agree with you. I am. It's not someone. King of Assists, Bonucci. It'd be certainly got loads of pedigree. There's no doubt about that. Jerry Gow, 10 million in a packet of custard cream. We're on to biscuits again. Look, he's top class centre back and physical presence. He's up there with Van Dijk. You reckon? Not for me. Football fan chat, hi. Italian footy isn't as fast paced. No, it's not. It definitely isn't. Agree section of Steve, not for me, says Scott Williams. I'm with you guys. Loving the FIFA series. Thank you very much, mate. We could do the Alderweireld especially for 25 million. Maybe. I mean, when you look at it like that and you go 25 million quid, you know, if we wanted to sign another player rather than trying to spend ridiculous amounts of money like 80, 90 million quid on Maguire. But if you gave me the choice, if we're going to spend 25 million on Alderweireld, I'd still go for Aki. I really would. For 40 million, if we could get him for that. For the future, maybe Bernardo, KDB, Raheem. 25 for a season or two is a bargain. Maybe. How much do you think Kevin De Bruyne for me is? We'll put it this way. When you start, and that's why with Raheem, I just guessed 150 million. I have no idea. He might be worth more than that. But there are certain players that you say, you would ask, would Raheem walk into any team in world football? Raheem Sterling. If you say yes, then he's got to be up 150 million plus easily. But when you ask the same question about the likes of, would Kevin De Bruyne walk into any team in world football? The answer is a resounding absolutely. Every team, if Kevin De Bruyne came on the market, would absolutely jump at them. So you'd have to say his price would be Neymar, so 200 million for me. But I agree, he's priceless. We don't want to get rid of him. We can buy Van Dijk from Liverpool for 200 million. Denia, yeah, I think that's gone. If I'm being honest, Toby has a last resort. If the general is, yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe, but you're going to get a couple of seasons out of him. I'd rather pay 40 million and invest for the future with the likes of Aki, personally. Thoughts on Mark Goldbridge? Very successful. I would love Denia. Do we have a buyback clause? I'm not sure. Don't think so. Might be wrong. Not forgetting Gabriel, who I think is going to have his best season. Let's hope he has a cracker. If Pogba is 108 million, the Stern has to be more. Yeah, I mean Pogba's Pogba because he brings that whole sort of social media thing with him, image rights and things. That's a bit different to what Raheem Sterling would bring. That's why. Is he an 180 million pound player? No chance in a million years. Can I be a moderator? No, mate. What if PSG said Mbappe straight swap Sterling and Sane? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'd have to say no. I'd have to say no to that. What a tough question that is. Alderweireld not homegrown, so Aki for me. I agree. Will you ever stream off your laptop? Yes, I will. I think Mark Goldbridge is a proper grafter and good at what he does. Totally agree. Very successful. Works bloody hard. And I know, trust me, how much work goes into doing this type of stuff. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. And you've got to say his production is very, very good. Whether you like him or not, what he does is very, very successful. What laptop do you have? Just our new MacBook with 800. My mum says that's way overpriced. Mate, I don't go on. I don't have Mac because of work for business. I'm on a Dell Inspiron 15 5000 series, so it's the upgraded one with loads of data memory. Goldbridge is a plastic as they come though. Still, the question was not about him, so asked to describe him successful. Varane will be available very soon, I think, with Milito signing Ramos and Nacho there. Very exceptional player, very, very good player, still young as well. Bananas and a lady hosting one of your show would be brilliant. Man U are asking 225 million for Pogba. Still must be 250. 225 million? No chance. Which City player would you love to see play more? For me, Phil Foden. Yeah, I think we'd all like to see Foden more, but he's still young, he's still learning, and when his time comes, he'll be given license. Aki and Cancelo in Danilo and Delph out. Maybe Owen. Kamal, for some reason I find Goldbridge hilarious. Pogba, Blue Hat said, Pogba is the new Wurzel Gummidge, but without a thinking head. If we win Champions League, I would not be surprised if Pep and Sterling went after, maybe. What about fan chat? AFTV or the United stand? Both do, both do decent work. Would you ever collab with Goldbridge? Yeah, possibly for a laugh. Don't see why not. I've got nothing against him. He's not a City fan, so he does the United thing. So yeah, I've got no problems with him. If Pogba is Wurzel Gummidge, does that mean Phil Jones is Sally? Well, wish we signed Virgil van Dijk when we had a chance. Liverpool won't be anywhere near us. He's a very good player. He's still not. Still there's no dead shadow of doubt. I'm still not convinced on Aki. Okay, come on. Have you ever interacted metal with Goldbridge? Nope. City should not be in the business of sell loaning. Well, we can't keep every player. City should not be in the business of selling. I'm assuming you mean shouldn't be selling, but loaning, yeah. No, because you've got to sell at some point. You can't just keep accumulating players. We're not Chelsea. You can't just keep accumulating players and have like 50, 60 people on loan. You've got to bring capital back into the club. Pep could do a lot with Aki. I agree. Asia Tour squad just been announced. 26-man squad. Thank you, mate. Could you just pop a link, Scott, on there? Because I was waiting for that to come out early and I'm still waiting. So can you pop a link on here for me, mate, so I can just open it up and maybe read it out? Or don't worry, I'm just being lazy. I'll bring it up on here. I'm assuming it's on the official site. Oh, there we go. Sorry, missed that one. There it was there. That's it. Okay, so let's have a look. The official squad has been announced. Here's the full list of players selected for the tour are Claudio Bravo, Kyle Walker, Danilo, John Stones, Raheem Sterling, Ilkay Gundogan, Alexander Zinchenko, Angelino, Aymeric Laporte, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Leroy Sane, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Daniel Grimshaw, Lucas Nemecha, Nabil Touazi, Gavin Bazuna, I'm surprised he's going, Ika Pozo, Tommy Doyle, good, Luke Bolton, Alex Garcia, Taylor Harwood Bellis, Adrian Benabi, Ian Poveda, Ben Knight, which will be interesting to see him. That's the young kid we got from Fulham, and Phil Foden. But Phil Foden will join the tour squad in Hong Kong, so he won't be there. So there you go. There's a bit of news when people were saying about the West Ham. Phil Foden won't be there for the first game, so he'll join at a later date on there. So Eric Garcia, no, Eric Garcia wasn't on the list. I'm sure he wasn't. Just see. No, Eric Garcia wasn't on the list, mate. So interesting to see what's happening with him. Maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe just giving him some time off. But no, is maybe with Spain. Spain, Eric, there you go. Eric Garcia under 19 for Spain. Thank you for that, Owie. So why hasn't Morgan Rogers gone? Don't know. Still no Mendy, nope. No Luke. Yeah, Luke Bolton is. Yeah, I said Luke Bolton, Scott. Glad to see Tommy Doyle. Yeah, Luke Bolton is. So I'm hoping Luke Bolton might hopefully start or get some game time anyway. Give Walker a run out or whoever. Danilo at right back, and then we'll see full changes anyway. But it'll be great to see some of the kids playing. Do you think we bought Rodri for a good amount? Yes, I thought it was an exceptional signing. When's the new podcast? It's being recorded in about 50 minutes, and Kian and I think another 2 or something are on. Oh, I don't really want to watch that when it comes up on my screen. Andy, what is the latest development about Man City in respect of what, mate? Tommy Doyle would be great if he could become a regular for us now. That would be a exit. It'd be superb, and I think he's really, really rated. I think Pep likes him. I think Pep's watched a lot of him and really likes him. So fingers crossed, we might get to see a bit of Tommy Doyle on this Asia tour. So him and Bolton, I'm really excited to see how much game time they get, and let's see how much game time Pep gives him. Certainly Tommy Doyle. We know Pep likes Luke Bolton. There's no shadow of doubt about that. So it'll be interesting to see if he really gives the kid his head and gives him some serious game time, not 20 minutes here or 20 minutes there. Give him like a 50, 60 minute run out and let him have a real go at it. The club should start doing Leroy Sane sandwich boxes for you, Sane's. No, right, Phillips. No. Can only take 26. Is this the last season for Aguero? I mean, has he announced anything yet? No, it's not, mate. He's got 2 years to go. Glad to see Leroy's in the squad for Asia. Yeah. Don't mean a lot, though. Andy, apologies watching this rather than going on City site. Was Leroy and Raheem? Yes, both were, mate. Yeah, both were in there. Just if you were late, I will quickly read it to you again. This is the full 26-man squad. That's Bravo, Kyle Walker, Danilo, John Stones, Raheem Sterling, Ilkay Gundogan, Alexander Zinchenko, Angelino, Aymeric Laporte, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Leroy Sane, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Daniel Grimshaw, Lucas Nemecha, Nabil Touazy, Gavin Bazunu, Ika Pozo, Tommy Doyle, Luke Bolton, Alex Garcia, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, Adrian Banabi, Ian Paveda, Ben Knight, and Phil Foden will join the squad in Hong Kong. So that's the full squad. Let me just see if I can what I said I would. I'm just going to show you. I promised Mark, who came on before from Australia, Mark Bancroft. Sorry, I'll try and just. I'm going to show you his. Let me just silence me for a second. There we go. I'm going to show you him. He sent me this afternoon. As I mentioned before, he was outside. He was in Perth, awaiting the United game. So I'll show you this. This is Mike, and I said to him before, "Am I all right to show it on here?" He went, "Yeah, absolutely."
So I don't know if you can see this stadium in the background, but I just want to do a quick report. This is where the big game is tonight, where Perth Glory, the champions of the league, are playing a mid-table team from Manchester. Come on, City!
Bit cheeky there, wasn't he, Mike? So, Mike, give us some updates. If you, I don't know whether you're in the stadium or what time it's supposed to be kicking off, but give us some updates on what's happening on there. I don't know what time kickoff is in Perth, but I certainly won't be watching it. But he's obviously going to be there supporting Perth. Who's seen Walker? He's gone for a David Silva haircut. Has he? Missed a bit there, sorry. We never get any home friendlies pre-season these days because all the big teams play away. Yeah, they do. It's a shame. Especially when you go through a summer and you're like just wanting sort of football to start and then they all bugger off overseas because that's where all the money is. How much should we get if Leroy's sold? I reckon 140. I'd be surprised if we got that. I've said it all along. I think, I personally think an 890 million maybe. I know he should be worth more, don't get me wrong. But I reckon if we were to sell him, we'd probably, and it was to Bayern, probably about 90 million quid. But like I said the night before last about PSG, if PSG come in, make sure it's 150 million. Especially if they sold Neymar back to Barcelona. Right, how long got left? Oof, God, my God, that's gone quick. Let me just skip through a few because I'm going shortly. City have gone to Asia to up a new biscuit market, not just Mercado's. Cheers, good sounding squad. Yeah, it is. Boys from Brazil. Yeah. United, Chris Baker, United won 2-0, did they? Was it? Oh, okay. It happened already, okay. They didn't have a shot on goal. I think, was it not a load of kids playing or something? Isco was seen outside Yates's wine lodge last night. It was either him or some chubby lass from Blakely. Scott Williams tried to avoid Blue Heart, but the missus has just come in and said, "Is Andy still on? Why aren't you doing the jobs? Bless her, City first." Sorry, Scott and Scott's wife. I really do apologise. I am going now so he can crack on with them jobs. If Sane goes for less than 100 million, then one mugs me, maybe. Damn late again. I'll watch it back. Hi to all. The great new series with Kiam Andy. Thank you, Roberto Blondie. Watch it back because I'm going now. Just trying to think, was there anything else I wanted to talk about? No, I'm not going to talk about net spend because it's absolute garbage. I spoke about Barcelona. Spoke about the squad being announced, the full squad. Talked about Fabian Delph. Who else did we talk about? Almada, Tiago Almada, which we've already spoke about a few months ago on Man City Fan TV. The alleged new Messi, the same terminology they keep using. And then we've just had loads of other chatter. So thank you so much. We spoke about, don't forget, we spoke about the new series, Man City Fan TV FIFA series, and go over and have a look. Love your work, Andy. I'm off to bed. See you, Mike. I hope you enjoyed the game and wherever. Everybody's a new Messi these days. The quiz, Steve. Right, okay, the quiz. Might have to do it. Might have to do it maybe Monday, Tuesday night. Only because something has come up for tomorrow. So I might not be able to allocate loads of time in the evening to do it, but definitely we will do one before I go away next weekend. We'll get it done this week. So there are a couple of people that hopefully will moderate, as in they'll look at answers and things like that. So I will definitely do that, I promise. Are Claire and Leo coming on again? They did a great job. Well, Claire and Leo, probably not, but I hope you liked the video. But when I was chatting to Claire afterwards, Chelsea's the earth round off flat. It's definitely flat. Andy, will you keep the same questions with the who are you? Yes, exactly the same. And when it's done, it's done. That'll be the end of it, and we'll move on to a new one. It's flat like a hobnob, absolutely. When I was speaking to Claire after the video, she said my granddad's 96 and never stops talking about Man City. He'd love to come on. So I said, brilliant. I said, well, before I go away next weekend, we'll try and get him on during the week. And so she said, I'll go round and I'll bring him round here, and we'll do a chat. I'll do the 5 questions, but I'll also do an extra chat, and I'm also going to get Donna's dad on again at some point. Come on and have a chat with him. Joseph Beats, a great video from Claire. Yeah, it was. Like I said, she's an old friend and she's been following City for years and years and years. But anyway, listen, Sandy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, please go over, if you've not seen the latest episode of Who Are You? With Claire and her son Leo. Go over and watch that. Sorry, something just came up there. Rabin has revealed his name on Twitter. So much for his anonymity. Created all that drama for Sweet FA. That is not his name, mate. Trust me. Trust me. That's not his name. It's just it's a fake name. It's not. That's not his name. But it's interesting actually. I will mention this, and this is not. I'm not trying to have a go at Rabin or anybody else like that, because I have messaged Rabin and wished him well with his coming back on Twitter. But I just find his language has suddenly, his wording and terminology he uses has suddenly changed. Lots of swearing and lots of things like that. I find it a bit like that. Something doesn't sort of add up. But anyway, as long as he keeps going at the journalist, that's all that matters. So there you go. Is it an imposter? Don't know. not really bothered if it is. The actual objective of what whoever it is doing is great, because that's what it's all about. Getting back at some of these journos who have been absolute shits to Manchester City. That's all that matters. Don't matter who it is, if I'm being honest. So don't forget, go over. Do you think there'll be any more signings if no player leaves? Probably not. See Andy, take care, Chris. Watch the episode with Claire, episode 10 of Who Are You. Don't forget to check out Kiam's new video this morning, the first episode of the Man City Fan TV FIFA series. And that's going to be really good. And hopefully, if you want to get involved, please, and you want to provide feedback, don't forget, provide feedback below the video, or we've also got another Twitter account now, and it's MCFTV FIFA, all in capitals. Go back on the chat and you'll be able to see it. And if you want to, with still chance, if you still want to come on an episode of Who Are You, don't forget, send me an email. It's Kiam. No, it's on here, mate, Abdullah. It's on this channel. You'll see the video. I posted it this morning. That's the email for me if you want to contact me, if you want to come on. The Twitter account is for the FIFA Twitter account. So that's the Twitter account there. So if you want to go over and give that account a follow, that's the one Kiam is going to be running on Twitter. No, don't worry, mate. Don't worry, it's fine. Abdullah. So the videos are on this channel. You'll see the one that we put out this morning. So go over, check it out. And if you like it, you want to get involved, comment below. Go and follow us on Twitter at that particular one. And make your comments on there. And Kiam will look after it. Kiam's looking after that side of it. I'm just sort of uploading the videos and things onto Man City Fan TV. And we're shoving it out on Instagram and everything else. So go and follow us over on Instagram as well. Evening, Andy. See you, Dani. We're going, mate. Blue Heart. Great show again, Andy. Get yourself statue. It's the way to go these days. NCF TV forever. Thanks, buddy. Colin Pollock. Keep getting echo on a stream. Don't know. Not here. Not here, mate. Should have the best players in your city's live 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s? Good question. Maybe we'll do that. Do you want to come on, Steve? Send me an email. What's your Instagram? When are you playing against Kiam? That'll be a laugh. I'm rubbish at terrible. Years since I played FIFA. Years, and it's probably, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years ago, and weren't very good because I only used to play like once every 2-3 weeks or something like that. But my lads were the ones who were the ones. It's you want the Instagram? Sorry, the Instagram account is. I'll put that up as well for you. Oops. There you go. It's MCFC fan channel on Instagram if you want to follow over there. Kamal looks after that side of it, so he deals with that. Do a summary of this live stream, Andy, for ones that missed it. I've just done one. So we've done a 4-1. We talked about Delph. We've talked about Dani Alves. We've talked what else have we talked about now? Go all the way back to the beginning. They're all the things we talked about. We talked about FIFA. Talked about the new series of Who Are You. We talked about Barcelona spending nearly £1 billion in 5 years. Talked about City's net spend. We talked to announce the 26-man squad that goes to Asia and flies out to Asia. That's going out there. We've done chats about Tiago Almada, the Argentinian kid that City are looking to get, and he's going to go to Sporting with that new thing. Can you play FIFA in... Read that as Iniesta then, Andy. Almada, Iniesta? Only if you're playing with the United. Insta, no, not Instagram, sorry, mate. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thanks, have a nice weekend. See you, Joseph. Guys, if you're not subscribed, don't forget, click subscribe, click notification, give us your comments below. City v West Ham, Sky Sports on Wednesday, 1:15 PM. So I'll be here. Thank you, Trevor Winners, for posting that. See you guys. Fun as always. Thanks, section. See you soon. I'll be back tomorrow. There'll be more videos coming out in the morning when I get the podcast raw tonight. I might put it out later on if I've got time. If not, nice hair. Cheers. I will, or it might go out in the morning. We'll see. And but I've done tons of stuff today, so my wife ain't too pleased that I've been spending most of my time on Man City Fan TV all day. So see you, Andy and the Blues. Take care. Anyway, don't forget, have a good evening, and we'll be back tomorrow. Man City vlog t-shirts or polos. How's that? The Dale, of course. See you, lads. We've got them. We've got polos and got hoodies. Do you know how much about the 1601 kid that we're buying? Yeah, I did a video on him about 2-3 months ago, mate. You'll have to go over and check it out. Have a good weekend, everyone. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see you soon.